total whim. Ended up interning for a few different brands. Some were really like contemporary brands. Some of them were, there we go. Now we're up on YouTube. But some of them were also pretty high end. They were in the luxury area of fashion design. Thank you. Shout out to Ravi, my husband, my IT man. But so yeah, some of them were really cool. I like got to work in commercial, got to work with like high-end gowns, making stuff for celebrities. The most noteworthy brand that I worked at, and I was a temp on the accessories design team for about 6 months, was Tom Brown, and that was really amazing and kind of opened my eyes to what playful, intentional designing could be like. And the cool thing about working there was Daniel Roseberry, who's now the head designer at Schiaparelli, was the head designer while I was there. And I mean, I was only ever in like a few meetings with him, but just kind of being around his work, he just really was incredible, like such an incredible designer. And just opened my eyes to what accessories can be or do or be a part of someone's wardrobe, like how it can just be so much more than what we think. I mean, we were literally designing bags that looked like dogs, like literal leather dogs. It was crazy. So not too long after working there, I worked for another company and then quickly realized that this just wasn't really for me. And that I needed to kind of do something different, whether it was freelancing or if it was starting my own brand. I just knew I needed to do something different. And I finally came to that realization a little bit before I got married, that I wanted to do something with jewelry. And then what solidified that was 5 days before my wedding, I still had no jewelry. I had like been working to get this gown tailored that was like a sample sale dress that I absolutely loved, and kind of had spent my time all in that and forgotten completely about accessories. So literally 5 days before my wedding, and my mom was like, just wear these studs that were your grandmother's, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's not special enough. Like, I want something fabulous. And I didn't know what exactly that meant yet. So I kind of spent a few hours working out this pair of earrings. I ended up incorporating those vintage studs that my mom wanted me, or not vintage, they were my grandmother's studs that she had kind of hoped that I would wear, and created these like really beautiful, long, draped chain pearl earrings. And that, unknowing, I didn't know, but that was really kind of our first real Adorn Pili piece. And yeah, on our honeymoon, Ravi and I just kind of realized, we're like, okay, maybe this really is where we need to pour all of our energy. And we came up with a business plan on our honeymoon. We literally had 2 goals on that honeymoon. It was to write everyone a thank you card for coming all the way to Brooklyn, which we did, and then to come up with a business plan. Yeah, we just came back and hit the ground running. Sorry, let me just check on a thing. There we go. Yeah, so that was really cool. Kind of came back with some design ideas, just really knew that I wanted to work heavily with pearls. I just kind of had felt like pearls were such a big part of my wedding, and they were like so in the forefront of my mind. Those were the materials I had to work with. And I loved the kind of heirloom factor of pearls. Like, I feel like we've all heard that saying, not your grandmother's pearls. And I think that's kind of more of a negative saying, but the idea that something would get passed down again and again and again. I loved that. And I think there's quite a few things I actually really love about working with pearls. One, I've said this before on some of our videos, but pearls are the only gemstone to come from a living creature. And I think that's really beautiful. A lot of pearls take a couple years to form. Like this for instance, is just a Baroque pearl that I've got. This pearl could take like two years to form, which is crazy. Like a little mollusk deep in the water is making this beautiful little thing out of like an irritation, or like it's trying to protect itself and it's creating this. Like, I just think that's amazing. Let's see. Hi, you guys. I've got a couple more people joining. But yeah, so I loved that element. I also think it's a really accessible gemstone. I think everyone has, like, you know, I wasn't someone that grew up with a lot of like diamond jewelry or anything like that. That's not really something that was always around. However, pearls, like my grandmother's pearls, were in my mom's jewelry box, or maybe like little pearl brooches, and whether they were freshwater or from the ocean, you know, they just were around, and I really loved that as well. Yeah, any questions? I see some things popping up. No? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to read all these things at the same time. Okay. I'm going to put my glasses on real quick. But yeah, so as I was saying, I just really loved that heirloom element as well. But I feel like I've seen pearl jewelry kind of always look one way. It's always like a pearl stud, or maybe like a nice pearl drop, or I don't know. I wanted something to create something different, or something that felt playful, also something that felt very like honest to me. I knew that if I was going to try and create another brand, I had tried to create other brands in the past, but I think I tried to fit a mold, or tried to fit what I thought people wanted in the world, versus I think things that felt really honest to me, or just things that I just like loved and just wanted to make more and more and more of. And so that's kind of what I decided to do with Adorn Pili. I just created things that felt really playful. I wanted a playful element for sure. I think pearls have such funky organic shapes, and there's so much room to play around with it. I'm actually going to grab a photo from my mood board that I think I've like literally had this photo up the entire time, like all 3 years of Adorn Peely, and I think it does a good example of what I'm talking about. But it's, one second. But I just loved that like pearls have this crazy organic shape, yet like you can recognize like things in them. Like these pearls have been kind of paired together to look like a bird. This is like a big Keshi pearl, and it does just look like a body laying like down on a bed. There you go, if you can see on these cameras. But I just loved that it kind of, pearls are kind of like, working with pearls is kind of like looking at shapes in the cloud. Like clouds, like sometimes you see something, sometimes you don't. But I don't know, I loved that playful element, and kind of how obvious it was to come up with designs based on what they look like. One of the designs that I think does a really good job of, like it's a good representation of an Adorn Peely piece, is our rainstorm earrings. So I've kind of put together, this is like my Adorn Peely tray, like Adorn Peely core. This is what these pieces are. They're kind of the pieces that I think have a lot of the elements that I'm talking about. But like that whole thing about like obvious design, like these are our rainstorm earrings. And you can kind of see I chose Keshi pearls that looked like clouds. And then I just loved the idea of having all these different little colorful raindrops kind of hanging down. Oh, let's see, it looks like I've got a question. First question. Let's see. Oh, hi, Corey. Look, I'm recognizing some names. Loved working with you, darling. Oh, Cheyenne girl. Oh, how are you, darling? She's like my ultimate cheerleader, that one. Let's see. I think there was like a question. Okay, Shannon. Hello, darling. How you doing? Shannon's a really dear friend of, I want to say my friend, but she's went to high school with my mom. She's now one of my friends now that I'm grown up. But Shannon, okay, so my design process. So I used to be really big on like going overboard with mood boards and kind of like saturating myself in what's like in right now or what people want. And I think now things have just changed so much where I'm at with the business. I think, or where I'm at with design, having been doing this for 3 years now. I kind of let the pearls do the talking, or do the designing, I should say. I really kind of don't want to venture too much in the normal anymore. Like I love a pearl necklace. I love a simple pearl bracelet, but I really, really enjoy working on our fine pieces. There's just so much room to play, and I think a lot of people are excited to see pearl shapes that they've never seen before. Like we work with a lot of Keshi pearls, and their shapes are just like wild. And I didn't even really know much about Keshi pearls until like maybe a year in. Then I really kind of discovered how fun they are to work with. How long does it take for a pearl to grow in a mold? I actually am not too sure how long it takes. I know that majority of our freshwater pearls, the way they do, like for instance, I'll show you these. Sorry, that was a question from Anna. Hi, Anna. So these pearls, for instance, like they are freshwater, but they are farmed. So they seed the mollusk, and they take maybe about a year or 2 years. But sorry, back to the design process. I'm kind of hopping around. I'm learning how to do this. Thank you for being patient with me. But yeah, so I kind of just like let the pearls now do the talking. I love and stick with elements that I really love. I love asymmetry. This is gonna sound so silly, but someone once said to me like ages ago, and this is such a girly thing, but like someone once said to me, and it's a saying that never left my mind, and it's something that I kind of threw at the jewelry we make, and specifically with pearls, but someone once said to me that eyebrows shouldn't be twins, they should be sisters. And like, I don't know why that stuck with me, and I really feel that way with the earrings that I make. Like the pearls are they're never gonna be exactly the same, especially when you're working with Keshi pearls. You're just like, good luck trying to find two that look exactly the same. So I kind of just try to look at our earrings like sisters, you know, and I feel like these definitely look related. But yeah, I do. I love like the elements of the asymmetry. I don't think things need to be exactly the same. I don't know, it just makes things more interesting to look at, especially when your earrings are like framing your face. It's kind of bringing the attention back up to you, and I don't know, it makes it more interesting to look at. So that's kind of a little bit of my design process, is really just like looking at the pearls more than it is following trends, and just like futzing around, honestly, like literally messing around with pearls and saying what silhouettes, like how extreme can I go with lengths? How crazy can I go with big pearls? How extreme is it to work with a seed pearl that is like so itty bitty that it's hard to put on a string, you know? So yeah, and I think like, for instance, this is our Aelia earring. This is the first Aelia earring that I ever made. And she's like a very real, like this is Adorn Peely core. Like if you ask me, this is another one of those. And the reason I say that is because I knew I wanted like a long earring. I wanted an earring that moved, and I didn't want it to be perfect. And playing with our pink pearls is always really fun because They're kind of more of a mauve pearl. You can't really see too well in this lighting, but here you go. I'm just giving a little glimpse. But there's purples, there's almost like a burnt orange, there's like a little bit of like almost like a rusty color to them. And I loved the idea of like, and some of them even look, they're kind of got like a pink hue, but they kind of almost look white as well. And so I was like, wow, like how long can I make this? Like, or how long would it take it to go from pink to white if this were an earring? And you can't tell too much right now, but they are kind of like this ombre. It goes from super pink, maybe some subtle purple hues. And then once you get down to our little finest little seed pearls, they're white. And just those like subtle elements, I really love playing with. Another thing is, I feel like a lot of other brands might have just done this with string. They might have just done like the old technique, which is kind of with a silk thread and do knots. We actually do ours with this like really beautiful metal twisting. And I don't know, it just adds like a lot of movement. And I want pieces that move. Like if I'm out dancing or if I'm like having a sassy conversation, I want my earrings to be sassy too. Yeah, that's like truly what goes through my mind. Okay, let's see if we've got any more questions. Thank you guys so much for everyone joining too. This is really fun. Oh, someone said, amo tus joyas. Gracias. So one thing that I don't talk about a lot, but I'm really quite proud of is the fact that, there we go, is the fact that we are growing. Our team is growing. So we've got Carolina, who is my jewelry assistant. She's amazing. Oh, let me give a couple shout outs. Hi, Cadence. Let's see. All right. Hi, I believe is it Nihi? Hi, Nihi. Hi. So, where was I? What was I doing? This is me. This is very Peely core. What was I talking about? Oh, our team is growing. So we have Carolina, who sits right here, right there. That's where she sits. She is incredible. She has been with me for almost the full 3 years now. She is just like, oh my gosh, she is just incredible. She used to work for another jewelry brand, so she came to me with honestly way more jewelry making experience than I did. I learned so much from her. And then honestly, we learned so much together. She and I really honed in, like got way better at making jewelry when we pretty early on got an order from Anthropology, which was amazing. Highly recommend working with them if you're another brand owner. But they were awesome. They did like a pretty small order from us, but it was big for us. It was only 2 of us making the jewelry. And Carolina and I kind of got our rhythm in that moment in time. And from there, I feel like things just kind of kicked off. We got like more confident in doing bolder designs, really kind of have like a good rhythm. I think Carolina knows like before she brings a sample to me that I've had her work on, she knows if I'm gonna like it or not. She already knows what I'm gonna say. And I think that's a really cool thing to have with your jewelry assistant. She's just amazing. She's also the first person that I told that I was pregnant because I had morning sickness, and she was in my home studio with me, and it was just like very obvious that something was off. And so that was pretty amazing because I'm far away from my family, just to have someone that I could confide in. She is amazing. And then we are also training someone new, which is so awesome. She's been with us kind of on and off when we need her since earlier on this year, but we're like officially getting ready for holiday season. which sounds crazy, but like we are just such a small team that we really just need to grab the steering wheel and just like get going now. And yeah, so she is coming in every day now, and we've got her working on some lunas, or like to kind of get in the rhythm of making our pieces. She's crushing it. So yeah, so we are growing. And another cool thing about us is that I know it might not seem like it, but I am half Colombian. And then my other two team members are from Colombia as well. So we're a Latina team. And it's amazing. We've got Carolina, Anita, her name's Anna, but I call her Anita. And then me, and then we have another really important part of our team. Her name is Danny. She's also here with us. She's like amazing as well. But yeah, it's awesome to kind of be growing, and it takes a while, but we're getting there. Let me just see if we've got any more questions. Let's see. Oh, someone is asking on TikTok, what's my favorite piece? That is a really good question. I fall in love with so many that that gets sold really quickly. A lot of them are in our fine collection. I'll show you one that we're working on. It's out of stock right now, but I'm gonna grab the piece that we're working on right now. It doesn't have a back yet, but this is actually our Prima Vera earrings. So this was part of our first, this is like a silhouette that we bring back all the time. Every pearl is different, so we take new photographs specifically for our fine pieces, but this is our Prima Vera earring. And it's kind of, let's see, show you guys. But these are the Primavera earrings, and the reason I gave them that name is Primavera is like springtime, and they kind of reminded me of spring showers. And I'm always kind of like inspired more by a feeling, I think, than like necessarily a specific image or silhouette. But these ones specifically, like my grandparents used to have in Colombia, they had a farm in a town called Villa de Leyva. And every time when I was there, every day we woke up and it was like, kind of like misty, or it just felt like perpetual spring over there. And I always kind of like loved that memory. And they were both very artistic. My abuelita and my abuelo. My abuelo was like a beautiful painter. My abuelita was very crafty, like nothing was ever broken. Like there was always a way to fix something or make something even more of her own. Like the farm, for instance, in Colombia, like legit pots would break and she would just like put them into the plaster in the wall. Like she just like was amazing. And so I just like this, I don't know, I wanted to create something beautiful kind of in their memory. And so I call these the Prima Vera earrings, kind of based off that stay that I had in Villa de Leyva with them. And you know, rain doesn't fall at the same time, and not all droplets are the same size, which is why I kind of play with different pearls and lengths. But yeah, these I would say to DG on TikTok, these guys or gals are my favorite. Okay, let's see if I've got any other questions. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry guys, I'm reading. Let's see. Okay. Naray, my other dear friend. Hi, darling. Thank you for joining. Naray asked if there's any plans to get a bigger studio with the team growing. And at the moment, no, there is not. I think this studio, she is petite, but she can do a lot. I think that's one thing that I also say to a lot of people who are thinking of starting a business is that you don't need a ton to do amazing things. And like, this kind of goes back to my team. I'm just like really so proud of them. Like, my husband and I, at the end of the day, before we go to bed and we've kind of set up what we need to get done the next day, we're just kind of in awe of the fact that this brand really truly started in our tiny little guest room, and then kind of slowly we outgrew it and came down here. We refinished our basement. We made it like more beautiful and convenient for us to work in, and I think at the moment we're good. But if we do need more space, that means the business is doing incredibly well, which I would welcome. And you'll be the first to know, Naray. If I need a bigger studio, I'll be calling you first, Naray. You'll help me decorate. Naray's an incredible decorator. Like, she's so talented. Okay. We're getting more questions. Sorry, guys. I'm just giving them a read. Okay. One of you guys have asked if I was scared to start my own business, and the answer is yes. If you're not a little afraid or a little bit nervous, I think that's maybe a sign that you're going down the wrong path. I think you need something that's going to challenge you and keep you excited, and is going to help, like, you're going to want to grow and get better and better, like this live. Yes, I was scared to do this, but I'm doing it and I'm loving it. I'm having a blast, and I hope you guys are too. But yeah, I was scared to start my own business again. We tried a couple other businesses, my husband and I. Some worked, some did not, for various reasons. But I think this one, like I said before, was the most honest thing I've ever done, especially with design. Like, if I don't like a design, I don't put it out there. I just can't do it. It's like frustrating. I think about how frustrated I am too much that it's just like, I won't put it out. Which is also why a lot of the other brands that we started, I like could not put my name on it. And it doesn't mean that I didn't love them. It just didn't feel like 100% me. And this feels like 100% Pilar. Pili is actually my nickname. That's what every close friend and family member calls me. And I just felt like I needed that to be a part of what we're creating, which is why we call it Adorn Pili. So yes, I was scared, but I was also very excited. And I mean, I still get nervous, you know. Running your own business is not easy, but it sure as heck is exciting. And I don't know, we have a long journey ahead of us still, but I'm having a great time. Let's see if we've got any other pieces. Okay, someone is asking what I'm wearing on my ears. I'm wearing our Nye chain earrings. These are like a great, classic, simple, they're a perfect everyday hoop. You can also take off the chain and wear them just as like a little hoop. Let's see, you can kind of see there. They're a great pair to have with like your earring stack. They're a solid one. They're a really solid one. They're delicate, but you can dress them up. They're gorgeous. Okay, someone else is asking, is there a hot piece right now? There is a really popular piece to talk about that a lot of people have, I think, discovered us with. There's actually two pieces that I think like are worth mentioning. One, which I don't have out right now. I don't have it out right now. Let me see. Okay, we'll see if this is the right one. But this is our Sweno earring. I think a lot of people discovered us this year because of this specific earring. And let's see if I can get it out of the bag. Oh, this is the Sweno Petite. So this is the shorter version, but our long version has been really popular recently. A lot of brides are starting to send messages saying that they wore them. One of the cool things about making pearl jewelry is that I do get a lot of brides, like I think pearls just lend themselves to bridal really, really well. And people send a message like, oh my gosh, my wedding's in August. I can't wait to send you photos. Well, so this like entire summer, all these women, these gorgeous women that I've been getting these emails from throughout the winter saying my wedding's this summer, blah, blah, blah. They've started to tag us on Instagram or on TikTok with beautiful images of them on their like most special day. And then they're wearing our earrings. And I'm just like, honestly, it blows my mind. It truly blows my mind. Just dropped the earring. But okay, so one piece that is really hot right now is our Sweno earring. And this is the one part to it, but it's an earring that has two parts. Let's see, how do I show this best? But so this part would go in your lower lobe, and then this in your upper lobe. So kind of like that. And it's got this gorgeous, gorgeous drape. And yeah, this is really, really popular. I think a couple of the brides that we sent this out to pre-summer are starting to have their weddings. And so hopefully we'll get some photos of how they styled them. But this is the one part. And then here, we use paper to kind of hold them so that they don't get tangled. You can kind of see they're asymmetrical. Again, I love an asymmetrical earring. I just think it's more interesting to look at. Yeah, and we're interesting to look at. So we should wear jewelry that kind of complements everyone's individuality. And then someone else asked another piece that I think a lot of people are curious or have discovered us from is a video on YouTube, which we made our Athena earrings, which is maybe how some of you guys found us, which is so cool. But these are like so ethereal and gorgeous. And again, they move a lot. They're really fun to wear. But these guys, I think, are also maybe like the intro to our brand for a lot of people. So these are our Athena earrings. Okay, you guys, I cannot believe it. I'm over 30 minutes in here. I was nervous that I wouldn't be able to do 30 minutes and, you know, God gave me the gift of gab. So that was awesome and went very quickly. Okay, so if there's any like quick questions, if anyone has any questions they want to ask now, I would love to answer. And if not, no worries. Let's see. Danny, any new sets coming out for the holiday season? Let's see. Any new sets coming out for the holiday season? I'm not sure. We'll see if we have time. I would love to drop another little mini collection, but again, we will see. Let's see this. Okay, any questions? Okay. Candace, hi darling. Candace, how you doing? It's been so long. I love seeing your name on this live. It just feels so special. Okay. So it looks like we've got a couple more questions really quickly that came in. How long does it take how long does it take to make a piece? So that is a really good question. It does vary. Some pieces, depending on like if it's a hoop or if it's one of our more danglier, like fancy designs, can take like 3 hours. Like it's really a labor of love. And I'm gonna grab one of those pieces. Like this is one of the hardest, most difficult pieces to make. This is, if you are well acquainted with our pieces, which I don't expect anyone to be, but this is our Foria earring. This can take like 3 hours to make. There is so much that goes into this. Picking out all the pearls, so that we make sure that each pearl matches they're not ever going to be exactly identical, but we make sure that the sizes kind of match the other pair pretty dang well. All of these pearls are hand twisted together. It's so intense, like your eyes literally start to go after a little while, and you kind of need to take a break. Also, drilling into these pearls, like we literally drill our holes into our pearls, which can be really difficult. Like even today, I broke a couple of the drills in the pearls. Some of these pearls they come from a natural, like from an animal, so you can't actually. They're never going to be the same, which means what's on the inside is never going to be the same of these guys. So some are a little bit harder than others. Some you really have to feel the pearl when you're drilling. Like, is this one going to be an easy one to go through, or is this one just going to be so hard? I even still struggle with it. But yeah, these take like 3 hours to make, maybe even like a little bit longer, to be honest, if we're kind of running low on pearls, because we have to, like I said, match everything perfectly. But they're like insanely beautiful, and we've sold actually quite a few of these to brides, and I pray that they tag us in a photo, because I just would love to see how they styled it. I know how I would wear it, but like, this is the cool thing about making jewelry for and it's another thing that I liked about jewelry design versus clothing design, is I feel like jewelry can be a part of so many different women's lives, and there's so many like different aesthetics, but jewelry, they can still love like the same pair of earrings as someone who's a minimalist if they're a maximalist. So I don't know, really love that. But these are for you, and these take about like 3 hours to make. So I hope that answered your question, Cheyenne. Okay, let's see. Someone asked, what tools do I use? We use a variety of tools that you would kind of find in any jewelry studio. Okay, someone's asking, what's the best advice to start a jewelry business? That's a really good question. I think I would say, what's the best advice? I think have fun with it. I think I've realized that majority of the pieces that people are drawn to are the ones that I kind of let loose on. So definitely be playful with what you want to do, and then listen to your customer. That's like a normal business advice, but definitely I think let your customer guide you, and still stay true to yourself, but listen to them and what they're looking for and what they're excited about. Don't just be quick to be like, oh, they liked the piece I didn't like the most. Well, you still designed it, you still put it out there, which means that you liked it at some point, and that made someone really happy. Someone's loving your design, that's like exciting. Follow that. That's kind of what I would say for advice. Can I make a Sailor Moon inspired piece? Someone asked that. I feel like I have some that could fit for Sailor Moon aesthetic, if that's how you call it. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. That'd be really cool if I could. I feel like our Nova earring, if you look at our Nova earring, I feel like our Nova earring iteration 1 was a very Sailor Moon design. So I feel like maybe I have done that. Okay. Abby is asking if I would ever use saltwater pearls. And I believe you are saying like a natural pearl that someone would have found in the ocean, as in not farmed. And we actually, we've thought about it. We have thought about it. I don't know that we're quite there yet. They're pretty rare to find. You can go to markets and stuff and purchase them, but it's not something that we're diving into yet, no pun intended. But I do have my eyes on some, and I think that is something we absolutely will play with in the future, because there are so many varieties of pearls that come from the ocean, and their colors are so incredibly vibrant. And yeah, I think that's something that we would definitely do in the future. Okay, can you show? Someone else is asking a question. Ooh, okay. Hendrik, you just said that you're wearing our earrings to your wedding in September, on September 20th. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. You're in the home stretch, girl. Do not get stressed out. Be at peace. Everything should hopefully be in a good place. And now's the fun part. But what piece are you wearing? I'm so curious. What piece did you order, darling? Your wedding's September 20th. Please tag us in photos or send me. I just would love to see how you're styling your earrings. Okay. Okay, someone is asking what is my favorite necklace at the moment. My favorite necklace is our mirror necklace. Our mirror necklace is somewhere. It's this, it's over here. It's tangled up, but it's here. If I can get it out. It's not right, I shouldn't do it, but sometimes I just throw our necklaces after I'm taking off. I don't throw them, I lay them nicely, but unfortunately on top of other necklaces. So this one's a little tangled, but I'll just show you the part that's not tangled. This is our mirror necklace. I love it. I love that the Baroque pearl just feels kind of absurd in the center of all these little delicate seed pearls. I love that this is kind of on a longer chain. I think it's our 20 inches. I think it's 20 inches, or it can go down to 20 inches. So you can wear this with like a really deep V. And yeah, it's awesome. Okay. Someone is asking what drill I use. So I use a rotary drill, and you can find them online. You can also find them like on Amazon has it. Hardware stores have them. They're just kind of like a handheld rotary drill, and they're really easy to use once you kind of get the hang of them. Okay. Well, you guys, let's see. I'm definitely like way over 30 minutes. Let's see if there's any. Okay, if there's any last questions. Let's see. So many of you guys joined. I'm definitely going to be doing more lives. This was really encouraging. You guys, thank you so much for joining on a Thursday night and listening to me ramble in my studio. But yeah, this was my first one. This was really exciting and fun. I look forward to getting better at these and doing more. I'm kind of gonna do maybe some with like some proper topics to talk about, maybe do some jewelry try-ons, especially if you are looking for a specific piece for your wedding. I'd love to kind of try it on for you and you can kind of get an idea of what it's like. But definitely DM us if you are looking to know a bit more about a piece or just wanted some more information about the brand or anything. I'm here. We respond pretty quickly, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. But yeah, let's see if there's any last minute questions. Aw, Shannon, you're so sweet. Thank you. Oh, Nare, what's my favorite pearl? I'm gonna answer that question. My favorite pearl is a Keshi pearl. I love that Keshi pearls have no nucleus. They are just straight nacre, which is the most beautiful part of a pearl. That's what gives them their luster. So literally I always say Keshi pearls are just pure fab. It's just the most fabulous part of the pearl all the way through. So Keshi pearls for real. Doris, my aunt, she's joined it. So these are fun. I'm reading these kind of. Aw, someone said they wore their silver Luna earrings for their wedding in May. Aw, I'm so glad that you loved them. Oh, so many sweet comments, you guys. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start my evening. Thank you so much for joining. Genuinely, y'all are amazing. If you stuck around and listened to all this. But yeah, have a good one. Oh, Poonam, I see you. But thank you for all the questions and everything. I think I'm gonna do another live next Thursday, and I will post about it and let you guys know what the topic is. But again, I'll be here. You can always ask me any questions about any specific piece maybe you were curious about, or anything you wanted to know about the brand. I would love to share as much information about us with you as I can. I'm really proud of what we've built and our team. They're amazing. It's not just me. I never want it to just seem like it's just me. But yeah, all right, you guys, mwah, have a great night. And I'm gonna click these buttons and exit right now. Bye, you guys. Adios, bye YouTube.